Hello, everybody. I know it goes live long before I know that it is. So, and of course, it gives it time for us to have half a dozen commercials before we actually get on here. Let's let me mute myself so we're not doing the echo thing. Right. Not the live chat. Hello, Lori. How are you today? You guys should know I just sent Lori pictures of my room. I put up a short at noon. My room was a wreck. Hello, Nancy. How are you? And it's much better now. I went through it at about Mach 1. Is that how fast they go when they break the sound barrier? I'm echoing. And I'm still echoing. Tracy! I thought I had turned all the extra mics off. At least we have sound. Let's see if that helps them. Did we get rid of the echo? I'm sleepy too. Yep. Well, we both have an excuse to be sleepy. Lori, because she's fighting off being sick. And me, because I am still getting used to this new medication, but I'm getting there. I'm not echoing on you, Nancy. That's good. Tracy wears headphones, so sometimes that echoes more. But I did turn down the volume on my computer. No, I'm not echoing anymore. Okay, good. And you can hear it fine. That's good. That's good. And I got itchies everywhere. That's part of the medication, is being itchy. All right, so let's see. I need to go back and look at numbers. Colleen is 1110 plus, and Sylvia is at 818. Yay, which is awesome. And that's the two I follow the most. And then there's me. I'm somewhere close to 2400. Oh, you do wear earbuds, Nancy? I used to wear Bluetooth all the time for work. You know, I'd have it in my ear so I could take phone calls no matter where I was, and I hated it. So I try not to wear them, but I really need to because I've got a ton of Audible books. Oh, okay, Tracy. Thank you for letting me know. I have a ton of Audible books, and I need to be able to listen to them. So I need to figure out how to listen to them while I'm like recording stuff, because I do a lot of recording now where I don't talk and then I do voiceovers. So I'm hoping that I'll get used to it. Hey, Patty, how are you today? Ah, and you showed up and I just remembered. I'm supposed to go check out your live chat on Thursday mornings. Doggone it. I need to put that on my calendar so I'll remember to do it. So, and I cleaned like a mad woman right before I came on. So I sent some pictures of it. I'll put a picture up of the area all clean in case you guys saw that short, because it was a wreck. I mean, an absolute wreck in here. The Sherlock, or not Sherlock, sunbonnet suit. I need to make one with a Sherlock hat. Now that I've said that, I've been working on that, and I've been working on trying to record a video about mirroring things. You cut them with the Cricut and the scan cut. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put the Cricut in here, because some of the videos, they just need to be mirror videos of each other. How do you do it with the scan and cut? How do you do it with the Cricut? And I'm going to put them up as separate videos because people don't want information about the other one, or maybe I'll combine them into one and say, okay, here's the section about the scan and cut. Okay, Nancy, I hope the chiropractor helps you out. And then here's the section on the Cricut. Some of the stuff at the beginning is the same, but that's the kind of thing I'm trying to work out now. And I did finally find, I think, the rest of my footage for my purse. So I've got that all in the computer and it just needs to be edited all together. So we are going to work on a block today. I didn't put up a picture of it yesterday because quite frankly, yesterday I slept most of the day. They put me on a Rava for my arthritis to go along with the Plaquenil I'm already on. And the Arava has a couple of side effects that seem to be really affecting me. It's making me very, very sleepy, giving me some brain fog, and causing bathroom issues. I'm having to stay close. I do need room for those cutting machines. And I've got a couple of ideas that I'm kicking around in my head, Lori. So yeah, there's my thumbs up. You can see it there. So I'm trying to make sure that I work those out, but bigger mess before you get it to where you want it to be. And the other thing I want to do on them is this, and I'm just going to show you guys here. These are wheels that stick on the bottom of anything. I'm going to use them on the bottom of my scanning cut and my Cricut so that I can like roll them back and forth. Yeah, I don't like going to the dentist either. I need to go soon myself. I don't know if I'd rather have a colonoscopy, except that, yeah, you're right, you get a nap. All right, so we're going to switch sides here. I have two cameras set up today, but I'm not making you see them both at once. So give me just a second to switch and get turned around. All right, I like that. That was one of the reasons I was trying to clean my mess up today, is so that I could get around here and be able to show you guys me. Can you see me okay? I think so. All right, and then I need to bring you up here so I can see the phone. Yeah, going to the dentist is never, ever, ever fun. All right, so we are going to make this block today, and it's inspired by Colleen. It's called the Old Windmill, and it's pretty simple. What you need is 2 6¼ inch squares and 1 5 7/8 inch square. And I'm going to use the green and the pink here that I've got. And then this is going to be my darkest color. Thank you. I'm really working on it, Colleen, trying to get it to where it's all very, very easy and simple. I'm just so tired of fighting with this crazy setup, and I want a permanent setup for you guys. And this is the camera that was given us fits, Tracy. But I think that what the problem was it didn't like where I had it sitting. The cord was stretched. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we have solved the issue now. And all I'm doing, I don't know if you guys can see the table. I'm laying out my fabric so I can cut all of my squares, and then we'll put this together. It's a simple block, very simple. Again, I'm double checking my measurements so that I know that I'm doing it right. I'm going to square up this side. Yeah, and I think the audio is better because the camera is down close to me. You know what I mean? So 6 and 1. Double checking me again. Yeah, permanent is better for me because then I don't have to be concerned with where am I supposed to be at or moving things from room to room. I'm going to cut that a little bit longer than I need so I can square up that bottom edge, because I didn't square it before I started. Yeah, and then you guys know what to expect whenever you come into a live. You know, it's not going to be musical cameras or musical chairs. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for anyway. So that's 6 1/4. I don't know why I'm coughing today. You're addicted to World of Warcraft at the moment. Well, nothing wrong with that, Colleen. Everybody has hobbies. I go back and forth between wanting to sew quilts and wanting to sew clothes, and then I'm like, oh, I want to crochet for a bit, or I want to applique, and then I want to FPP. So I get it. And I'm cutting the squares of the 2 colored fabrics into triangles. And I'm sorting them out. Probably should have pressed it, but I didn't. Oh well, we'll press it as we go. I just turned on the iron whenever I moved over here. You haven't been in your sewing room in 8 days? I believe it. And then 5 7/8. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, and then I want to go over here to this other side because that's not big enough over there. And I'm not cutting 5 7/8, I'm cutting 6. Because that's how I roll. Yeah, Lori, is it common knowledge what you've been sick with? Not everybody's comfortable telling their business in public. So make sure. And this is another one of those really easy blocks, guys. Make 4 of the same unit. It's not right. It's 2. Thank you very much. Yeah, that stinks. Nightbot is definitely on himself today, isn't he? I didn't cut my block quite square. We'll fix that when we get there. Okay. So the way this is going to work is we're going to take our 2 different pieces, we're going to sew them together, and then we're going to open them up, and I needed 2 of those, not 1. I needed 2 of the blue backgrounds. And then we're going to open them up and we're going to put them together that way. Oh, I hope they get her fixed up. Does anybody, is Lynn here? What does it mean when they put a prism on your glasses? I keep meaning to ask her and I keep forgetting every time I talk to her because we never talk about anything normal. We always get off onto some other subject. But she said they had put a prism on her glasses, and I was like, what is that? So I was hoping Lynn or her would be here today so I could ask. because I don't know what it means. I don't know if they physically put an appliance on her glasses or if they like added a new kind of lens. Yeah, you can type it in YouTube world, but it doesn't like it. It definitely doesn't like it. Yeah, and then right before the live, I got a ton of new subscribers, like 7 or 8 people in 15 or 20 minutes. And I'm not sure why, but thank you. I don't get 2 6s out of there. But if you're new here, feel free to introduce yourself. My mods always like talking to new people, nice new people. They don't like meanies, but feel free to step up and say something. Oh, thank you. That's cool. I should have asked. I don't know why I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is that supposed to do? Tell them if she has astigmatism or anything like that? I'm always curious. Okay, so now that we've got 4 of those, let's go do some sewing. Let's see. Bring you guys a little down. Had to look over there to see if you could see me. I'm gonna hit these with some heat just real quick. Double vision. Is that Foreigner? As soon as you said double vision, I heard cold as ice, so I think it must be Foreigner. My brain thinks in song lyrics. Okay. Colleen, did you do this block? Did you teach it on yours? I'm pretty sure I've seen you make it. But I'm not 100%. I don't know if you taught it or if you just made it. The thing I'm being cautious about here is I'm making sure that I sew all of my half spur triangles together with the same color up, which is the green, and on the same side because they want a pinwheel around this block. So that's all I'm doing special. And I'm adhering to my 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I'm actually sewing along the straight of the grain instead of along the bias. I don't know why I was reaching over there. This machine does not have an automatic thread cutter. My little flower here. I think it's actually called a daisy, but every time I say that name, my dog comes running. So we don't want to do that. Oh, that was hilarious. I'm going to hire a wino. That was hilarious. It was absolutely perfect for, I'd say, 90% of us. And the sad part is, you know, we've had this discussion here in my house. Well, if we took out the dining room table and the living room furniture, I could put my sewing room in the living room and then I'd have room for everything. Yeah. We have had that conversation. Hello, Sylvia. We were talking about you. You probably heard us. I'm wondering if I used the wrong size cuts here because this looks like it's going to be awfully big for a 10.5-inch block. That's okay. We'll persevere, ladies and gentlemen, and lurkers and whoever else is out there. Wait a minute, they can't take the radio. What's up with that? Tell them I said, no, that's not allowed. But yeah, I would just sing my own stuff. I drive down the road. You're a meanie, Mr. Grinch. You took my radio, Mr. Grinch. I would too. I mean that way. All I'm doing right now is sewing my half square triangles to the other triangles that I cut. And I'm sewing with the half square triangle on top. This is a bias edge, so you don't want to pull. Everybody's going, well, y'all know how to do that. I'm telling for the newbies or simple instructions for people. But I do think these are going to be awfully big. You say, Armin, you need your tooth. Well, you did pretty good coming up with new lyrics for I'm Gonna Hire a Wino. Maybe you need to come up with dirty deeds done dirt cheap. You want me to drive you to school, but you're going to be a pinhead? Let me sing the song of my people. We will mock you. I'm nowhere near as good as Paulina coming up with alternative song lyrics. But that one was hilarious. I saw a short the other day. It was for Facebook people doing reels, and they were like, listen to the song of our people. And the song started, and you're sitting here and you're watching the four of them, and they're all just like head banging right along with it. It was hilarious. I was like, yep, that's how Gen X does music. I am going to be singing in the car for him. Let's see. I need to come up with some alternative lyrics, guys. Why you got to be so? I don't follow her much. I know I'm terrible. I probably shouldn't admit that. I liked her up until the last song I really liked from her was Romeo and Juliet. Do you remember that one where I'll be Romeo, you'll be Romeo, and I'll be Juliet? And I think that was like the last song I really got into from Taylor Swift. I think the smartest thing Carly Simon ever did was not tell anybody for sure who You're So Vain is about. And I think Taylor Swift could take a lesson from her on that. Because it's like she's got all these angsty songs about these pimple-headed teenage boys. Love story. Thank you. Well, now she went over to pop, right? I mean, completely over to pop. So it's there it is. It's like, where's the little one? And I know because this is a 10.5-inch block that each of these needs to be 5.5 inches. Because, oh wow. I need that 1/4 inch for my brain isn't working right now. 5.5 inches because I need that 1/4 inch for the seam. So that they'll come out to 5 1/4, right? Right. Y'all can laugh at me when you want. Oh, I'm not as far off as I thought I would be. That's all I had to cut off. I don't know who Paloma Faith is. Yeah, I know Warren Beatty's one of them, but somebody bought the song rights from her. And I believe that the condition of the purchase was that they can't tell who the song was about until after she's dead. And from the last video I saw from her, that may not be far off. Yeah, Warren Beatty was one of them. Warren Beatty was one. I think James Taylor was in there. But, you know, they all kind of did the free love thing back then. Stevie Nicks was, I saw her on something talking about her having an affair with Mick Fleetwood and Lindsey Buckingham and how messed up that whole band was back in the 60s and 70s. And she's like, just don't do drugs. Because apparently that's what she's blaming all the crazy on. And I can't say it's a blamer. I mean, really? And that one could have used everything I took off of the others. This one's actually a little small. So we're just going to fudge, make it work. By the time it's in a quilt, nobody will know the difference but, you know, the 10 of us. All right. And then they have it here. All right, let me sew these together. And then I'll show you the black. Most quilt blocks aren't really hard. They're just sometimes finicky. And no, Colleen, I'm not mathing today either. I'm cheating and looking right straight off the card for numbers. I didn't find an easier way to do it, so I'm not worried about it. And I don't know what that is hanging there, but it's bugging me. So there's the first quarter or the first half. Hello, Marie. Oh, I'm absolutely certain. That was the first thing I thought too when I heard it, Tracy. Was about the hat. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll live long enough to hear who it's really about. Maybe not. Okay, so half and half. Where was I at the other day? We were talking about pens. It might have been, I don't know, who talked about pens lately, guys? Somebody was really emphasizing pens, and I was like, I don't pen. I stick my fingers right up underneath the needle. I have had a couple of people make comments about that lately, Colleen. I like using my fingers to get up in there and make sure that everything's where I want it to be. It seems to work for me. Oh, yes. I can't wait till it's all over for you too. And then I would blare a radio in the house all summer just because I can. And I would decide to listen to something that somebody just flat doesn't like. Okay. So we have a windmill block, an old windmill block. How's that? That actually came out better than I thought it was going to. Wild woman. I put up a you guys know that my free motion quilting videos are always speeded up a lot, or at least I hope you do. Oh, awesome, Sylvia. At least you guys know that they're speeded up a lot, because after Colleen saw my free motion quilting video the other night, I'm going to turn around here to the other camera. Hopefully I don't flash you on the way over. There we are. But anyway, so Colleen messaged me and was like, oh, you're going too fast. I'm worried you're going to catch your fingers. And I was like, yeah, isn't it pretty? Music causes anger issues. Only if somebody wants to talk bad about your music. That would be, yes. School's out for summer. Yeah. I would do it. I would do it. And I would tell him that if he wants to drive to school or go to school, he needs to be able to be driving and paying his own insurance by fall. So yeah, that's it. It's all, well, these two are Lori Holt fabrics. Yes, dear.
Next birthday or holiday that he's supposed to get a present, get him a bicycle.
Guys, there's a reason I love my husband. He has the perfect solution, Colleen. I don't know if you guys heard him. He said on Sonny Boy's next birthday or holiday, get him a bicycle. I mean, you know, if he wants to pedal himself to school, I know he's grown. I know it's an hour away, but no, the kid would have been told to go outside. I'm listening to my music. Tough noogies. Tough noogies for him. Oh, thank you, Lori. She sent me an explanation of the prism. Oh, there you go, Tracy. Put Barney on repeat. So the only reason I used that blue in the background for this, there's some blue in here, so the colors kind of go together. But this blue is in the rest of the quilt that I'm planning to do for the Quilt Builder card deck blocks. Just stop being a jerk. Okay. Yeah. You may get more holidays than we do, Sylvia. I don't know that for sure. I know they're mandated 160 or 180 days here. I'm frozen, right? YouTube, you and I are going to fight in a minute. Am I froze? I think I'm moving, but my Zoom session tells me it's preparing. Oh, okay. Well, he should be affording insurance at this point. Shut up, Melissa, not my business. Anyway, so now I want to find out what's going on with all of you. Nancy said she was at a chiropractor's appointment, so I can't ask her about Terry. And Sylvia told us that she should get new glasses in 8 weeks or so. Okay, thanks, Lori. I appreciate that. They texted me and said I'm not frozen. My Zoom actually says preparing live stream. Like, come on, quit. So I wanted to make sure because that's a pain when it freezes up on you guys. And I'm just stuck on that comment. We can afford insurance. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate it. And the only reason I, want to go tackle all of Colleen's problems is because she's my friend and that's what I do. She'll text me and say something like, she'll call herself dumb and I'm like, I'll talk about my friend like that. So yeah, it's like, no, don't do that. And then let's see if I can get this in camera angle for you guys because I put up a short a little bit ago. Let's see if this will show you. To show what a wreck my room was. And it's actually not bad now. I just threw all that fabric right there because I was cutting the stuff up for our little block. But I went Mach 1 and got that all cleaned up. I was trying not to move real fast. You're working on Ariel again? So see all my little, that extension bar is like 5 feet long back there. And I just keep the extra little things plugged in so that I can find them. Oh, the mic went loud because I picked it up and moved it over here next to me. Sorry, Sylvia. Start video again. Sorry, is that better? But I put up a short earlier showing my mess, and it was all because I was being creative. But I thought I'd show you guys that I did actually get it cleaned up before I came online. And then Lori, was it you that was asking me about the clothesline when I made the rope vault? This is Hyper Tough. It's from Walmart. It is 100 feet, 3/16 inch, and its working load limit is 90 pounds. And I'm looking, somewhere it tells me I'm looking for whether it doesn't say 100% cotton on here anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that it is 100% cotton. And don't use this to hang yourself. It's not meant to hold human weight, overhead lifting, or athletic equipment. And don't tie knots in it. That's the warnings on the back. There's a whole, I don't know, you probably can't read that, but can you see? That whole bottom section is warnings. Right up here. I'm like, yeah, how many warnings? It's the stupidity warnings. You know, I don't remember. I'm going to go back to being a kid. I don't remember there being all these warnings on stuff when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Colleen. Look at her roll. But I don't remember there being all these warnings on stuff. It's rope. It's going to hurt you if you tie it around your neck. You know? Same thing with, I can't even think, you know, an iron. Do not press to your skin. It will burn you. Do you really need to be told that? You know, it's like your kids come up and touch the hot stove. Well, they touch it once, they won't touch it again. You know, they learn. So, yeah. It's poly cotton. Oh, I thought this was all cotton. I don't know. How to recycle info. Anyway, you want, yeah, you only do it once. You want, you want more cotton than poly. You definitely don't want the plastic rope that they sell. Like on Amazon, they have a red rope with a black line in it. That's plastic. So it doesn't make very, very good rope baskets. It may work great for other applications or for clothesline, but it does not make very good clothes baskets because when you start sewing through it, it shreds. The sewing needle, if you're using a jeans needle, it's going to shred the little threads inside of it. The plastic breaks where the cotton will move out of the way. The plastic sits there and goes, I dare you. And it goes, okay, boom, you're broke. So, yeah. And then I have, let's see, today we're doing this and we've got the block of the week done. Tomorrow I have the next episode in the Appalachian Memories podcast coming out talking about road trips. And if you've ever gone on a road trip, especially with the South or with a Southern mama, you kind of know what's coming. I didn't even talk about taking her flip flop off and smacking you in the back seat. I didn't even get into that because I didn't want to have them say it was about child abuse. We don't want to do that, right? Yes, they are exactly because of that, Tracy. People sue for stupid things. You know, I was dumb enough to jump off a cliff without looking first or knowing what was down there. I'm going to sue Hawaii because they didn't warn me. Who has to tell you not to do that? Seriously? You're kind of stupid if you do something like that, in my opinion. Let me add that in there so nobody leaves me hate mail. So we've got that coming up. Next week, our podcast is going to be about food, and it's going to be more about uh, Southern food than it is about canning and that kind of stuff. So you definitely will want to hear that one. And then I don't know if we're doing a sewing bee this month. I know that the 13th is the next cotton cuts clue if we get our clues before then. And I'm going to try to be on that one. At least put the pre-record up for you guys so that you can see it later. All right, are there any questions on this super simple windmill block that we did today? Oh, it would all be considered child abuse these days. When our parents took us to the grocery store, they left us sitting in a hot car with the windows down and the engine turned off. And don't you get out of this car and I'll be back in 10 minutes. And, the whole 9 yards. And they would have never, we would, if we had gotten out of the car, they would have beat our butts right there in the Publix parking lot. And if you actually had the nerve to go into the store to look for your mom, you would still be looking for your butt because they would have beat you into the next lifetime. So, yeah. And then getting spanked, the neighbors, my babysitter or her husband thought nothing of picking one of us up and swatting our butts. Nothing at all. I mean, my mom got into a fight with one of the neighbor ladies because she was going to beat the tar out of us, but she didn't have any standing, you know what I mean, to be able to do that. I don't know. I had to walk to and from school. Summer, winter, didn't matter. And sometimes I had shoes on and sometimes I didn't. And we went in whatever we had on our bodies. School was like a mile from the house. You could see it, but not great. Hello, Joe. How are you today? This is what we made today. So you get to at least catch a glimpse of it since you can't stay today. But we walked to school summer, winter. We had merry-go-rounds, those death traps that, you got on and you ran and spun it as fast as you could spin. All the crazy stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I told off my music teacher when, I don't know, smart but sixth or seventh grader. I told her what I thought of her. And I went home and she'd already called my mom. And I got my butt whipped. And then I got sent back to school and the teacher whipped my butt. And I had to apologize. I was like, dang, it's a lot of punishment for saying I don't like you. Didn't matter. It was what I got. These days, oh, my mother would have probably been up at school going, what are you doing talking to my child that way? If she doesn't like you, there's a reason. I wasn't that parent, thank goodness. So anyway, yeah, our parents would be, an entire generation of parents would be underneath the jail for that. Oh, well, I hope it's good paperwork, but from the sad face, I think no. But we appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. And maybe you can come by the next time. We'll be live on Monday night. So I think that's everything. Let's see. Colleen says, be the light you hope to see in others. I think it should be a Molotov cocktail. Sylvia says, be nice to others. Not because they're nice, but because you are. And I say, if somebody's looking at your stuff close enough to criticize it, tell them to go the heck home. Otherwise, why bother, All right, guys, I hope that they've got all the links in, and I am going to say goodbye. I hope you guys have had a chance to say hello and goodbye to each other. Joe, thank you for coming. I remember you telling me about that, Tracy. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you Monday.